How do you turn a photo into a video using AI? Well, there are a number of ways to go about this. You can certainly use your own photographs that you've created on your phone, or maybe it's an old photo that you had scanned in or digitized somehow that you want to bring alive. Or you can create your own photo using, say, Midjourney or ChatGPT. There are a number of different platforms that will create different levels of images. Many of them are free and some of them are paid. They're usually not very much. You're going to find that most platforms these days run $10 to $20. And that's where I would stay for the most part, unless you really need to get into a higher level plan because you plan on making a lot of images for your videos. But using videos first is a good place to start. And the reason for that is you know the starting point of the video. When you just put a prompt in to a image generation platform or video generation platform, you don't know what you're always going to get. It's, if you're really good at prompting, you're going to have a good direction. You're going to have a good idea of what's going to come at you. But ultimately, if you start with an image, then you have the starting point that you know that you'll be satisfied. And then it's about you guiding the AI into how that clip, whether it's 5 seconds or 8 seconds, 10 seconds, or even 20 seconds long. Now, the longer the video, the tougher it is to keep the scene going in the direction that you're looking for. But here's the thing. If you look at a movie or a TV show, count how long each of those scenes last. They tend to last not more than 5 seconds before they cut to a different angle or to a different subject or person or scene. So having a 5-second clip in combination can help you create your own little story, and that's what it's all about. But what we need to do is create our image first, and that's where we're going to start, and we're going to start at Midjourney. Now, I'm going to use one of the images from the Midjourney community because I got to tell you, the Midjourney community is very creative, and I often find something that I like to use. So let's take a look. How about we bring this guy to life? So we'll do exactly that. So we need to download this image. And then from there, we need to decide what platform that we're going to use to turn our image into a video. And there are a number of good ones. Kling AI is really strong. Pika is really good. Luma Labs is another one. But there's still more than that. And I have a number of videos right now that you can take a look at on the YouTube channel. Of course, if you want updates, because there are new platforms and updates and features coming along all the time. So be sure to subscribe so you're updated when the next new thing comes along. But I'm going to show you 2 locations. I'm going to show you Kling AI, which is a paid service, and Pika AI. Now, again, just like the image creators, there are also video generation tools that are free or give you limited access to at least try it out. Because I do this for a living, I actually have access to a lot of these, and I have some credits to use up. So when you're in Kling, you'll go to AI videos, and there are a number of things you can do these days. You can actually combine multiple images, and I have some good videos on that too, where you combine the background with your subject, maybe holding something such as a guitar or a candle, whatever it may be, and it will combine those photos into a video, which is a lot of fun. And that's what this is here with Elements. Elements is the Kling's version, and everybody else has their own name, reference images, and so forth. But to start off, you just need one. So we will upload our image. And here it is. Now, again, we just need one, but there are often things for you to consider along the way, such as your prompt. What do you want this subject to do? Yes, you can have the video generator bring your image to life, but you actually have some options. You can ask it to do just about anything. And you also have some other options to consider. For Kling, you have a professional mode and a standard mode. We'll use professional mode. And many of these services, again, have a duration such as 5 seconds and 10 seconds, which we have here with Kling. You also have aspect ratio. In other words, how is that video going to be framed? Which is important because sometimes you want to use your images or your videos on social media. And using vertical video is much more preferred in most cases than horizontal. You often have the choice of how many variations they're going to create. We'll have them create 2 for us. And then here we have a negative prompt. And that is very useful in the situations where maybe the AI is creating something you don't want. Maybe it starts to put other people in the background, or it brings animals, or turns certain colors, or something happens in the video that you do not want. And then you can put in a negative prompt saying, don't do this. And that generally comes from experience. So let's do it. Go back up. Here's our image. Let's say I recommend that you place a descriptive prompt, because if you do not, well, the AI is going to do exactly what it wants, how it interprets the image. So maybe this person walks away from the camera. So we want to say person walks toward camera and smiles. There we go. Maybe that's your vision. Remember, it's about your vision. What is the end game that you want from this video? And if you can put that in the prompt, it will be really helpful in terms of hopefully getting what you want as an end result. Click Generate. As you can see here, Kling will often take about 10 minutes. So we'll come back. Let's go over to Luma, where it's a much simpler setup. And then, of course, we will compare what Kling did as well as Luma. So in this situation, we upload our image. However, our options are much more refined, much simpler. Yes, we have a prompt. Now, when comparing, we usually like to use the exact same prompt. So this is a keyframe to work from the video. We're using Ray 2, which is Luma Labs' latest version. And we can decide what size, what resolution that we want. We have Ray 2, which is their best version now, but if you want to bring it down, you can. Sometimes it can save you money, but not always. It's not always the lower versions that save you money. Sometimes it's the newer version because it's a more efficient model, and sometimes they'll offer the new models for fewer credits, just because it's not as much of a tax on the system. And of course, how long? And of course, we'll stick with 5 seconds. And then we go to town. Next is Skyreels, and I said I was going to show you 2, but I'm going to show you 3 because this is a newer one that maybe you've not heard about. I just did a video on it the other day, and I thought maybe I'll share it once again so we can compare the 3 and also show you that, again, there are multiple ways, multiple platforms. Again, each one offers a little bit different, and it's also important to know which ones are stronger in certain types of images. Some are better with people, some are better with animals, some are better with, say, illustrations, bringing them to life. Some are better with physics, like water, things like that, how water pours. Each platform is a little bit different, and it all has to do with how they were trained. So let's create. And again, this all looks very familiar. Upload our image. And they have a really nice system here where you can, obviously, for the video, you can crop it. Again, if you want to do a vertical video for social or something like that, you can do so. Excellent. And crop. Again, we have auto mode and stable mode. Auto mode picks the model, the AI model, automatically, versus stable mode, it's more consistent, but we'll stick with auto. And of course, we have 5-10 seconds. Once again, we'll stick with 5 seconds. So as you can see, most of the systems are really simple. Just upload and then go to town with a few questions answered. One thing I like about Skyreels is it's one of the faster ones for rendering. And I had forgotten to put in the prompt. So we'll have two versions, and you can see what happens when you don't put in a prompt. And I gotta say, sometimes they ignore the prompts, but it depends on, again, on the platform. Let's take a look at what Kling did, and we'll go through and compare all of them. All right, here we go. And hey, I like it. The subject comes forward towards the camera and smiles, even waves. And you see, as you can see, it actually extends the scene. And that's one of the cool things about image to video, is that you have a foundation of the scene that you like, and the AI can expand it and create this scene. So let's take a look. We had two of these made, and this is using Kling version 1.6. And yeah, same kind of a thing. I like the first one better, but still both exactly what we asked for. There's a little morphing, if you're unfamiliar with that, with the arm here. It's just some things that were not technically right. But that's why it's sometimes nice to have a couple of them running, even 4 if you're really concerned. All right, let's see what Luma Labs did. And here we go. A little more slow motion. He goes towards the camera. No smile, though. So I'm not as impressed with this one. Kling did a really good job. And then he kind of goes out of focus. Maybe there's a good reason for it. So I'm not as happy with this one. But again, that's why we're trying different platforms. Different platforms. The first one was this one here. And we didn't have a prompt. Let's see what it said. So you can see he walks away. He walks away kind of sad, and that's not what we wanted. So that shows you the importance of a prompt and learning how to prompt well. So a combination of things: learning to prompt well, selecting and editing. You're the director. You direct with specifically what image are you starting with, and what do you want the subjects in your image to do, and learning how to decide which systems possibly. You don't have to know how to use them all, but having a couple under your hat that you have been following along, you've been testing and pushing the limits with, will really give you an advantage overall. And let's take a look at the other version. And here we go. And as you can see, it followed the prompt. How perfect is that? For some reason, when I make it full size, it will not run. Maybe I have to restart it or something. But no worries, we'll move on. We have the idea. We understand the importance of all these elements. And again, there are many other things you can do, such as combining different photographs to create a new scene altogether with subjects that normally wouldn't be together. That's the fun of it. And that's where your imagination and vision comes to play. It really is about the vision and what you want to do, what you want to create. And if you want to learn more about AI, like I said, subscribe. And of course, we talk about AI for creatives every Monday on the podcast, where we are two creative guys talking AI.